Hey guys, just a fun video today. I want to compare the new mini turtle or the baby turtle, which I have right here on loan from the Random Rob channel, next to a couple classic turtles. I've got the Ninja Turtle here and the gold one, which we're calling the C3PO. I'm also wearing my 773 today. If you can't tell, I love Seiko. So anyways, let's take a look at this new release. This is a new Prospects release from Seiko, reference number SRPC41, otherwise known as the mini turtle or the baby turtle. The nickname is stemming from the fact that it kind of looks like a miniaturized version of the classic turtle. And I think Seiko's done a pretty sweet job with this one. Most Seiko, at least professional divers or their Prospects divers, are large watches. I mean, they're 44, 45, the tuna's 48. They're large diameter watches, and this one measures in at just about 42 millimeters, but it's deceptive. It's a deceptive dimension because it wears much smaller. So I think the interesting thing here, at least with this new release, is that Seiko is kind of finally catering to those Seiko fans that have smaller wrists, that want a watch that wears very well on their wrists. So I think this wears smaller than an SKX. It wears more like like a 39 millimeter watch, surprisingly. And I think a large part of that is just due to the short lug-to-lug length. I'm also kind of seeing a little bit of sumo design elements, at least I think in the lugs and kind of how they curve and twist. And that super short lug-to-lug length kind of is reminiscent of at least the tuna for me. So it's kind of an eclectic mix of design elements, but I think it's a very well done watch. I think it will be received well. I don't know how popular it is because guys like me, we love the chunk and we love the heft of the larger Seiko divers. So this is kind of a new experience to have a Seiko that wears significantly smaller. So let me show a couple here side by side so you can get a sense of the difference between the two. You can see much shorter lug-to-lug length. About the same height, same quality of luminescence. Again, we have applied markers on both. All right, so let me show you some wrist shots here. The first one is the mini turtle. So you can see how it sits on my 7.25 inch wrist. It might look pretty good here in the video, but I tell you, it feels small. Almost to the point where I don't know if it's too small for me. So it's deceptively small wearing on the wrist. And then here's a shot of the classic turtle size. You guys are probably familiar with this one. It just wears very well. It doesn't wear like a 45 millimeter watch, but it has some serious presence, which I really enjoy. So on the wrist, both of them comfortable. I can't help but wonder if the baby or the mini turtle is just a touch too small, at least on my wrist. If you have smaller wrists, I think you're really going to dig this size. There is a reason why Seiko has such a vast following of watch fans, that love their products, love what they bring to the table. They're in-house, they are quirky, they are original, they're executed very well, and in large measure give you value for money. So I'm one of those self-professed Seiko fanboys. There is nothing wrong with that, and I've loved these two watches. Actually are borrowed watches. This one is mine, the Ninja Turtle's mine, this blue turtle's mine, but these two I've borrowed from Random Rob. So tell me what you guys think. I'd like to hear, is this a good release from Seiko? The fact that they're kind of coming out with a smaller watch, or is it going to be a flop? Do we want the chunk? Do we want the large size that we are used to from Seiko? I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Chime in the comments below. I will be doing a full review of this gold turtle, a separate video. I'll probably do a separate video on this specific patty version of the baby turtle or the mini turtle. So stay tuned for those videos. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. I'd be happy to try and answer. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.